Hey up everybody, you join me today on what some people tell me is a very special weekend. Yes, now I'm going to tell you shut up a bit. I'm going to tell you the true story of Easter, this occasion. Right, where do we begin? At the beginning is a good place to start. Right, once upon a time, a few years, well, probably about last yearish, something like that, there was this lad, and his name was Gene was his name, and his dad was called Joseph. That's right. And Joseph was married to Jean's mum, and she was called, well, I've told you her name before, but in past tense. So Joseph was married to Maureen, that's it, Joseph and Maureen and their son Jean. Now, what happened is, Jean and Joseph, Jean was on an apprenticeship, you see. That's what he was doing. He was working with his dad, and they were working for Amber Valley Council in the carpentry department. That's right, yeah. Oh, great boys, you know. And what happened is, on this Amber Valley Council, they decided to have a weekend away. That's what they did, on a fishing trip. So, Jean buggered off on this fishing trip, and he met lots of other men on this trip. There was a few of them, just men, nobody else. I don't know what they were doing, but they'd gone on this fishing trip with these men. They did have one woman join them once. I think somebody said she was a lady of the night, or but we don't go into that one. I don't know anything about that. What they did with this Mary Bandolin or something. She got a mandolin. Mary and a mandolin. That's right. Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. So on this fishing trip, they also had an exhibition where they looked at pictures of streams and lakes and rivers and sea. And this exhibition was in a place that was a gallery. And they would often stand there looking at the pictures of the sea in gallery. Gallery, that's it, the sea in gallery. That's what they would do. And one of the lads said, "Hey up, Jean," he says, "I'm a bit starving hungry." He says, we ain't got much to eat, all we've got is this one fish. So Jesus said, "Oh, don't worry about it, my duck. I'll sort that out for you right proper." So what Jesus did, Gene, I don't know who he is, that bloke, never heard of him. So what Gene did, he decided he was going to put some batter on this fish. So, he hadn't got any at the minute though, so what he did is he nipped behind a bush and he made his own special batch. I don't know quite how he did it, but he came, well, he does all sorts of things, does Gene, doesn't he? And he came out with this fish and Gene's own special mixture. And he put it all over this fish. And then another thing happened, it was like a miracle. He pulled out of his pocket a deep fat fryer. And he did put in his deep fat fryer this fish. And he cooked it. And everybody said he did it right well. In fact, everybody said it was a good Friday. But people was a bit worried that this one fish wasn't going to feed everybody, because by now a huge crowd had gathered. And Gene thought there must have been about 5,000 people there, and he got right mad about this. And Gene started shaking his fish about, and bits went everywhere. But much to the crowd's delight, they started gobbling all these fish bits up. no chips, just fish bits. They gobbled them all up and everybody was fed. And they had a right nice time, they did. Oh dear. But there was a right mess everywhere. It caused a bit of chaos. And the head of Amber Valley Council, who was also on this fishing trip, he wasn't right happy about this. Now, some of you may have seen him before. He's always walking about in a rain mac, well, a poncho. That's what they call it, isn't it? A poncho. And in his spare time, he does a bit of microlight flying. And people do call him Poncho Pilot. Anyway, he got right mad at Jean, and he says, right, you can bugger off and play on your own backyard. You've made all this mess when we're supposed to be on our holidays. He said, so, even if it's a Good Friday, which he did do a Good Friday, I will say that, he said, you can stay there, you're not coming anywhere else. Well, Jesus got Jean again. What was this bloke? He got cross about this. Oh, we were cross on this Good Friday. He really were. And he had to stand all on his own. And everybody just booted off and left him. And he was still there summer Saturday. And apparently, what happened on Sunday, he disappeared altogether. But reappeared, I think it was either Sunday again, later on at night, or Monday. He come back anyway, that's what they said. He did come back. And he said, listen gang, Pete, Paul, Matthew, Kelly, I'm going to take you out for a meal to make up for that fish. So, little chef was short, so he took them to Happy Eater. Hence the word Happy Eater, and that's where it all come from. So you now know the story of a Good Friday and a Happy Eater. So, Good Friday and Happy Eater to you all. From me, Hovis Parsley. It's been very proper, ain't it? I've taught you something again, ain't it, you buggers? Oh, signing out. Ta-ra, you bucks. Ducks, buck. Oh dear. Keep in touch with yourself and give me a ring when you've got less time. All right, ducks. Ta-ra. Bye. I did turn this off, buggery.